How often do you drink alcohol?
Every damn day.
Today we're diving into the topic of alcohol, the liquid courage that has fueled many a wild night and regrettable decisions.
I am in so much pain right now.
But let's be real, we're all adults here, and we know that too much of a good thing can have some not-so-good consequences.
I'm never drinking again.
First, let's talk about the science. According to a study published in the Journal of Studies on Alcohol and Drugs, heavy drinking in your 20s and 30s can lead to significant cognitive impairments in middle age. According to another study from the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, heavy drinking is defined as consuming more than 14 drinks per week for men and more than 7 drinks per week for women. They also say drinking heavily over time can lead to permanent brain damage, liver disease, and even an increased risk of cancer. So maybe think twice before you down that 4th shot of tequila. When you consume alcohol, it enters your bloodstream and eventually makes its way to your brain. Once it's there, it binds to specific receptors that affect the levels of neurotransmitters, chemical messengers, in your brain. One of the main neurotransmitters affected by alcohol is called GABA. GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, meaning it slows down the activity of neurons in the brain. When alcohol binds to GABA receptors, it enhances the inhibitory effects of GABA, leading to a decrease in brain activity. Now, in small amounts, this can be what gives us that relaxed, carefree feeling after a drink or two. But when we drink too much, it can lead to more serious cognitive impairments.
Can you tell the time?
Yes. I am not fucking drunk.
According to research published in the journal Alcohol and Alcoholism, heavy drinking can lead to a decrease in the size of certain areas of the brain, including the prefrontal cortex and the hippocampus. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for things like decision-making, planning, and impulse control, while the hippocampus is important for memory formation and recall. In addition to these structural changes, heavy drinking can also lead to disruptions in the communication between neurons in the brain. All of these changes can add up to significant cognitive impairments over time. So, if you're in your 20s and you're already starting to feel like a walking hangover, maybe it's time to cut back a bit. But wait, there's more. Alcohol consumption has been linked to several mechanisms that can increase the risk of developing cancer and other chronic diseases. For example, alcohol is metabolized in the liver, and this process can lead to the formation of harmful byproducts that can damage DNA and increase the risk of cancer. According to a study conducted in 2018, reducing alcohol consumption by 50% early in life can have a significant impact on long-term health outcomes. From happy hours to networking events to holiday parties, it can feel like you're missing out if you're not drinking.
I'll just enjoy this glass of water.
But here's the thing, you don't have to drink to have a good time.
Huh?
In fact, a study from the University of Sussex found that people who abstained from alcohol at social events actually had a better time than those who drank. Liars! But we get it. Sometimes you just want to let loose and have a few drinks. And that's okay, as long as you're aware of the potential consequences. Now let's talk about the economic impact of alcohol consumption. According to a survey by the personal finance website NerdWallet, the average American spends over $2,200 a year on alcohol. That's enough to buy a round-trip ticket to Europe. Imagine if you invested that in Bitcoin throughout your 20s. You'd be able to buy more drinks than ever. Ha! Just kidding. In addition to the direct cost of alcohol consumption, there can also be indirect costs to consider. For example, heavy drinking can lead to decreased productivity at work, increased absenteeism, and higher healthcare costs. According to a study published in the Journal of Occupational and Environmental Medicine, employees who reported heavy drinking were more likely to have higher healthcare costs and more missed days of work than those who did not drink heavily. So there you have it, folks. The good, the bad, and the ugly of alcohol consumption. We're not saying you have to give up drinking entirely. But maybe it's time to take a closer look at your relationship with alcohol and the impact it's having on your life. Remember, there are plenty of ways to have fun and socialize without alcohol, and your body and bank account will thank you for it in the long run. So, cheers to a healthier, happier future, whether you're raising a glass or not. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.